lets you start, play, experimenting a bit with the bloodlines that are already your own, so you can get good with them. You don't have to worry about the weekly roundup like changes of which bloodline is free to play this week, blah blah blah. Gets you in and gets you playing right off the bat. So you guys, if you have the opportunity, try and get in there. I know that Tony's handing them out. You guys got to get in on that because that is a sick deal. And yeah, that's the thing, dude. Blizz, Zetalot, and Varlol. Zetalot really showing how powerful Stalker is right now. We've seen some excellent play out of him in the past, and we're gonna have to see, can Chip Say and handle Blizz, because Thorn is an Alchemist killer. You with that pull, you're able to pull the Alchemist out of position, and of course, Alchemist not having a space, it's like just ruins your day. You're like, oh man, what? I forgot my weed killer. What am I gonna do? Jackass, save me! But Rex, look at this. Rex going back to the inhib, dude. So here we are, talking smack about inhib and how inhib has been weakened a bit, but Rex, opting to go back to this their, I guess, new comp these days. You're gonna have to see, the Rune Shield is certainly what they want to try and relieve pressure on Chip Saiyan, or give Jackass the openings he needs to get in there to do the damage. Having those double barriers is just sick nasty.
Well, I do know that SK Gaming, they do their research when they're going up against other teams. They might have been watching when the tunnel vision did kick into effect there for Zetalot and Bliss, as they took down Malachor no problem in that Dignitas matchup, which got them here. So yeah, that extra barrier definitely could work out in their favor. But we are in the semifinals of the winners, guys, here. Blue and SK Gaming starting it off right now. We do got Bliss taking some big damage here from Rex, throwing the Rune Shield on himself. Zetalot now going to be going over to Chip Cyan. Bliss going to be joining him there with the Mudwalk. And that means Varlodol has to come over to just try to keep everyone alive. Zetalot down to 50%, no problem. Chip is dealing with this pressure exceptionally well, but we do got the dead roots going out. A good pull, also bringing them in. Rex has to space out of that, but Jack has destroyed Varlodol at the same time that Chip Cyan basically goes down. Zetalot and Bliss now have to go 2-on-2 against probably the world's best duo when it comes down to it in these tournament scenes. We've seen Rex and Jackass and bring it out of the fire no problem many times before, and they're able to take this first round no problem against Blue here.
Yeah, it's when you're playing that rush down kind of strategy where you're like, okay, we're going to get on Alchemist, we're going to kill Alchemist, we're going to ruin his day. You got to be sure that your healer can survive long enough to be able to support you, and you cannot take that much damage. We saw, Zetalot really with that tunnel vision going straight after Chip, taking damage, not really caring about it, and kind of leaving Varlol back, to Rex and Jackass. Their pressure, really brought Varlol down in the end, and that's what ended up costing them that first round. So we have to see, can they shape it up here and get a little bit more pressure on these different targets here, as already, Bliss 40% HP, getting worked down. Varlol trying to keep some heals on there, but they are losing him, so he's gonna have to run around that corner and maybe put himself in a vulnerable position, as Bliss is just getting destroyed right now. He is maintaining a low HP as SK Rex is just keeping the pressure up on him. Bliss sitting on a full ultimate though, and there it comes out on the Chip. Can he get a pull off though? He's not, and Rex just not letting up one bit, and they are going to get back there and put the pressure on to Zeta, but what is going on? We have a counter kill. Jack has him 2 versus 1 right now. Zetalot and Bliss going to be trying to get him down, as Jack, so powerful, gets that Kunju off, going to go ahead and fleet foot out, but gets nailed with the Black Dagger. Whoa, what was that? Bliss just barely getting that space off in time, not going to get ported over to Jackasm, who hit him with that EX Spear. And this could actually turn out pretty badly. Jackasm really low at this point. None of his combos have worked, and he just pegs that spear into that pillar. That's not going to work out at all for him, and goes down. So what happened there? It's this rush down. It's like, get maximum damage out. We will, just hope that we come out on top in the end. We have to get a kill fast, and that's what we're seeing here. Bliss and Zetalot not surviving with a lot of health there in the second round.
I think there's just a little bit too much tunneling there onto Bliss, because if you look at the damage received from that last round, 450 damage there onto Bliss, only 175 onto Varlodol. Now, he did go down to the big pressure. Jackass's a very good assassin in that regard, but just too much pressure going onto Bliss. It really needs to even that out, but at the same time, Chip and Rex did go down to an amazing ultimate there from Bliss. So, these guys, they know what they're doing. Already, big rush down going out onto Chip. He's down to half. Zeta is taking a huge beating for it. However, no temporary hit points really come out for him. Now finally going to be getting a little bit of that going. The roots coming out. Everyone's stuck in that corner. No bulls except for Chip, and Chip is just going to be dropping down a little bit. We do got this, oh, the big goo coming out from Varlolo. A good kill off right there. Rex was actually stuck in roots there from Blitz as well. Zedalot getting off that double in cap, and now Jack has him not looking so great. Look at that, Blitz is going to be staring him down over there, and Rex is now going to be, 1 versus 3. It's not going to work out so well this round, but Varlolo, I mean, he did enough defensive healing as well as his various deadly injections and sleeps to get off that goo. Clutch time, because that was just a perfect timing there onto Chip. The dead roots to the pull to the goo, and that is going to get them a second round here. 2-1 now over SK Gaming.
Dude, something to note though, what I really love to see is, this is what I thought of. The first thing I thought of when I saw the changes to the EX Spear out of Spearmaster, the fact that you can port people to you instead of you jumping across to them. This is what I thought of. Jackasm, we saw him try and do that. He was trying to get pressure off of Chip. He used his EX Spear to pull Blisp off of him and try and get some space for Chip to get some heals off. That's really a clutch play that we're seeing out of Jack right now, trying to give his healer some space to get some heals off and get into a better position. As already, Zeta getting pinged with that deadly injection. He's going to be doing 50% reduced damage. Goes ahead and cloaks it off, though. He's going to keep Chip in capped a little bit. And we have a nice double silence going off by Rex there. Going to give Chip time. You see, look at this. Chip now has the time to reposition, get into a safe spot, get those heals off, and Zeta and Blitz are paying for it. They are so low at this point. Rex and Jackasm in commanding lead as we have a double goo coming out into dead roots, though. Deadly injection on Chip, and what just happened? That was insane damage coming out by Team Blue, and oh my god, man, he just disintegrated Jackasm, and Chip just vanished off the map. And look at that, Blue taking first map.
Yikes, talk about a turnaround, man.
Double goo, one on top of the other, into a dead roots and a deadly injection to boot. Chip didn't stand a chance. That was like his entire health pool just vanished, just gone.
And Zedalot was right there to help it on its merry way, but yikes, disintegrating into that combo is something to be feared. I mean, I could totally tell right there, like, SK Gaming thinking, okay, we've defended off their attack, they're really low hit points, we can do this, don't screw up, double ult, 2 deaths, what happened there? I mean, my mindset would have been shattered after that, but we're going to have to see if they have it still together. SK Gaming, they're down 1 map now to Blue. If Blue can take this, they're going to move on to the winners finals, and that means SK Gaming is going to get punted down to the losers. But hey, I have seen these guys in action so many times. They start off good, but they only get better. So I would not be too surprised if SK Gaming now warmed up. They didn't really get a good chance to warm up there up against Star Wars Old Republic, buddy. So I would not be surprised if we saw some tricks coming out of their hats this round, buddy.
Yeah, it's always been their modus operandi. It's just they lose the first map, they'll lose a couple rounds, they'll get the juices flowing, that nerd blood pumping, and then they just kind of turn things around. This is the mark of one of the best teams in the world. They adapt to the other team. They figure out the strategies on the spot and pull out the win in the end. So it's never over against SK. We've seen them come back from 2-1. They're about to get knocked out, and we've seen them come back and take series from that. Like, it's just, you can never ever count SK Gaming out of the fight, and this is why they're one of the best teams. So Blue, they got the work cut out for them. They do have that first map, and that is a huge boost to their confidence. We're gonna have to see if they can carry it through here, the second map. As Jackasm, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna want some revenge. As already getting in there, landing a nice whirling blade on Blizz, and we're gonna have a bit of pressure here. As, Zeta and Blizz just trying to get onto Chip's stand, but Chip's stand, boss positioning all the way in back, sitting pretty, just trying to get the heals off. Zeta gonna go ahead and space in there, get that deviate out, and here it goes. We're gonna have some pressure going on, but what was that? Was that an EX Spear coming out from Jackasm? Pulls Blizz away into his death. Like, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, into what? No, his demise. He is gone, and Varlol desperately trying to get some counter damage out onto Chip, but it's just not gonna work out here. Look at that. All of SK Gaming sitting pretty, full health. If Chip can keep his positioning, if he can avoid the pulls, if he can avoid the puncturing strikes, all the shenanigans, SK Gaming, they have no reason to lose at all, seeing as how Jack and Rex are taking like 0 pressure throughout and all of this fight. Look at Rex, tanked 20 damage.
I was just gonna point that out. 20 damage, yeah, he's definitely a boss right there. He avoided so much damage. But, I mean, Jackasm, as he did say, he jumps right in there, no fear, gets off the critical shots. There you go, right there, off the bat, a shuriken right into them. A deadly injection onto Zedalot's going to hurt his chances to get to Chip, but, he is one of the best Alchemist of the world. He's going to try to deal with this as Jackass is going toe-to-toe with Bliss and winning right now. We do got Jackson who's going to fleet foot out, not going to be using that ultimate. Instead, it's going to be that EX, helping out that Rex to get that damage out onto Varlamel, but this could be bad for Chip. He's going to get clarity into the potion, but and the combo from Bliss, the defensive goo, goes out. I think it would have been a worthwhile gamble because out comes the whirling blades of doom as Jackasm is able to clean out that second round, and now we are seeing more of that mentality of SK Gaming that we are very used to seeing. A very confident Spearmaster as he just charges in here, 435 damage, no problem, takes him out, wins the round. They're looking good right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't really go toe-to-toe with Jack. And Bliss just completely got melted there. 50% HP. Jack not letting up the pressure, just keeping him low. And then the swap onto Varlol. Varlol, you know, trying to get into position to get some pressure, some damage out onto Chip with that ultimate, but just not working out. He had to run across half the map, leaving himself open to damage from SK Gaming. But already, we got that lockdown. We got the lockdown coming out on the Bliss. He's going to get silenced by Rex, and that's the AoE silence that Inhibitor is famous for, as Bliss just caught in the corner right now. Whirling Blades of Doom coming out, and Jackasm is doing insane damage to Bliss right now. Barrier comes out onto Bliss, but he's sitting there with that amplified damage debuff, and this is not good. Jackasm keeps that pressure rolling and gets that kill. Bliss is just having so much trouble right now dealing with the SK Gaming pressure. You know, he's like, what's going on here? It's supposed to be the other way around, guys. This isn't working out here. As already, you know, SK Gaming is just like destroying him, eating him for lunch as Zeta caught in that goo, and this is just nasty. SK Gaming 3-0. What? Like, complete turnaround from the last map.
They start off good, they only get better. A proven time and again formula from many scrims. Lots of experience on these guys. Jackasm's like, what, 98% played Spearmaster? I mean, this guy knows the ins and outs of it. Rex is no slouch, and of course Chip Cyan, most likely the best alchemist in the world at this point. They take that, they make it look easy, man. 3-0. But was that your nerd voices ringing there in that match?
The nerd impersonation did that. Yeah.
It's got me cracking up. Reminds me of my high school days. But Bliss, Bedlon, and Varlamel.
The D&D room at lunch, you know. Come on, guys. Roll a D12.
No, man. It was the captain of the chess squad, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. Mad respect. So was that. Or not captain, but I
You missed so much school because you just got to go all these competitions, but nobody respects you for it at all. So, no worries. For all those other chess captains out there, I salute you. But anyways, we're going to get this third map, Rowan Wajongo. The Sunken Temple is going to be the last pick here, and it is looking good. I mean, we had a good round from Blue first map, but they did lose, I think, one round. They took it 3-1, I believe. But SK Gaming coming out of the woodwork, guns blazing, 3-0s them, no problem. Big ultimate usage right there. Now, in that last match, I did see Jackasm going up against Bliss. He was trying to chop down that tree to a very hearty rhythm, but Bliss, I mean, he had a choice at that point. He was dropping health. He could have used the healing mushrooms, or he could have used his ultimate to try to land a kill onto Chip Cyan. He chose the healing mushrooms, and then just quite simply later, Rex threw out that amplify, and then SK
Gaming just went down from there. And you got to give props to Rex. You know, he's holding on to that silence. As soon as both of them are on top of Chips, boom, it comes out, and Chips has got room to breathe. You know, that silence is going to lock one of your abilities. So if you're a stalker, you're holding down your M1. You're like, oh, yeah, this is great. I'm doing so much damage, guys. And then all of a sudden you're silenced and you're screwed. So Rex knows this class in and out as well. They got these, you know, that's the thing. Top players, they're going to know every trick in the book. And already we have a great start going off here. Jackasm going toe-to-toe with Zetalot, and Zetalot just taking the brunt of the damage, 50% already. All in a good position to heal right now, but ooh, nice snipe of that sleep on Rex. Gonna give some openings here, and Varlol is sitting on a full ultimate. Goes out on the Chip. Chip doesn't have the barrier, and this could be bad for him as the Rune Shield is out. Gonna be able to stop that damage, and this is the team support that we're talking about as Varlol now so out of position. Rex and Jack both on top of him. Runic Infusion comes out, and the Black Dagger isn't there in time to save his teammates. Not gonna work at all, and Zeta all by his lonesome gonna get just destroyed, knocked all over the place. Get out, son. But you see, this is what we're talking about. Rex right now, if they leave Rex alone, if they give him openings, he is going to get the support abilities that he has to Chips and Jack, and he's going to get those silences out there. He's just going to be a royal pain in the ass. And, you know, Blue is definitely, they have to find a way to deal with that right now.
Well, I think that Chip is just, you know, adapting so very well. His positioning so far has been very key. We did throw down that poison onto him, but he was able to get out of that with the help of his barrier as well as the Runic. Then the ultimate was over. Had no problem having, you know, lots of backshots for Rex to get that Runic Infusion off, because Rex did take 2 of those kills. Double sleep from Chip right now. See, this guy is just doing so well with this pressure from both Bliss and Chip Cyan, and Jack is just going to be over there for Varlala, but Chip is actually slipping a little bit now, but we do got big damage onto Bliss with the incapacity. We do got a defensive goo going down on top of Bliss, and it is going to be enough to take out Bliss as well as Chip Cyan, but Jack has him not to be underestimated. Had that full ultimate ready to go, is able to chop down that tree. Varlala is already out, and now Zedalot going to be joining him. Chip Cyan, man, I like his sacrifice, not in vain, and just bringing out, where is he, 10.5 TPS with 223 healing. He was only alive for like 30 seconds, so good stuff out of him, and Jack has him cleaning that up. He must be like boiling blood at this point.
Oh yeah, right. You know what's cracking? Nerd bones are cracking, son. Jackasm is on the field, and Chip, look at this. You know, Chip dealing with Zedalot's pressure excellently, dodging that puncturing strike. He's gonna get pulled in though, and this is not good for him. He has the barrier, but now that is gone. Rune Shield comes out in the nick of time, and that is all that needs to happen, as Chip is gonna be able to run around that corner. Zedalot desperately trying to keep that pressure up there, but he gets sleep, he gets silence, and this is not looking good for Team Blue right now, as Jackasm with the Whirly Bird coming out, doing a lot of damage to Bliss and Zedalot, and once again, you know, we got the Bliss splitting up the team, but in the meantime, Rex with the runic infusion to the face. Varlal gonna drop like a ton of bricks, and complete and utter domination coming out from SK Gaming. This is what we expect, fellas, and this they are delivering, man. 3-0, 3-0, complete comeback, and you know, moving on into the next bracket.
Their damage numbers are just ridiculous. 1,300, 1,200, and Zedalot and Bliss just not able to deliver, especially Bliss this round. Very low numbers overall from him. So just, this is what you got to do, guys. You got to adjust, and you got to think about what kind of angle of attack they're going to hit you up with. Adjust and win. Easy as that. Chip Cyan did it remarkably well, and Jack has him either off sniping Varlala or coming back to defend Chip. And you know, the double barriers are definitely still the king of this game, buddy.